Greetings, everyone. How can we check our internet speed and actually understand the results? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do just that. So let's start by opening up a web browser, and you can type in the address bar or search a website called fast.com. This internet speed test is powered by Netflix, so it tests your internet speed to the Netflix servers. So navigating to fast.com immediately starts the internet speed test. And as we can see, it's fairly quick and it gets an average of your speed. But it also gives us the option to show more info. So we can go ahead and click on that. And now we see we have quite a bit of data here for us to understand. So we have the Mbps, we have the latency, and that is broken up into unloaded and loaded as well. And at the moment, it's still busy calculating the upload speed, which is also in Mbps. So quite a bit for us to understand now that the test is complete. I'm going to load a previous test as well, and let's explain what this test is telling us. So let's start off with the acronym Mbps. Now, quite often, some may make the mistake of thinking this is megabytes per second, but this is actually megabits per second. And we know this because the B is in in lowercase or the small letter b. If it was an uppercase, then we know it's megabytes per second. So what does this actually mean? Well, this speed test is actually a measure of internet bandwidth. Now, bandwidth is something that's often mistaken for internet speed, but it's actually referring to the volume of information that can be sent over a connection in a specific amount of time, and that's calculated in megabits per second. So we can see that this speed test brought about 8.4 megabits per second. But how does this relate to megabytes? Well, this is quite simple to calculate. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So that means that 1 megabits per second download speed will take about 8 seconds to download a megabyte. So that explains the Mbps. We have the upload, and what's shown here is the download. So that's the bandwidth to and from the server that it was tested to. And now at the bottom we have something called latency. Now this is where it gets interesting. So latency is sometimes referred to as the delay or a ping rate. It's the lag you experience while you're waiting for something to load. So we said that bandwidth was the amount of information sent per second. Well, then latency in turn is the amount of time measured in milliseconds that it takes that information to get from its source and back to you. So we understand that that is the lag or delay. But what is unloaded and what is loaded latency? Well, unloaded latency means that this is measuring the round trip of data when you send a request when the network is under no pressure, it's unloaded. There's no other internet traffic present on your network. So that means in turn loaded is referring to the round trip that the data takes when there's heavy usage on the network. And Netflix has gone on to explain a bit about this. Netflix says ideally these two values here, loaded and unloaded, ideally you'd want these two values to be close to each other. If not, it means when your network is under load, your network is going to lag quite a lot. If they're close to each other, it means your network performs fairly well under both loaded and unloaded states. So this affects latency sensitive applications like gaming, video calls, web surfing, streaming, under heavy network usage, if you find that there is a big gap between these two, it means that your network is suffering under load. Well, that is basically the speed test and how we can understand it, and I hope that this has helped you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and we'll try and answer that. There is quite a lot more information that we can't fit into the video, but please leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.